Today, I'm going to tell you how to never run out of money. Welcome everyone to Don't Fear Finance. Today we'll be talking about a quite broader topic than we did in the previous videos. I will be sharing the tips and tricks that will make sure that you never run out of money. These tips will not let you live a lifestyle of traveling to Dubai every other weekend for the food or sights. It will let you retire the way that you are living right now at this exact moment. There are many neat tricks and tips that I've included in this video. If you want to see me go deeper into these tips and tricks, then make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below that you did, as well as what video ideas you want to see next. I really appreciate the feedback. Let's start with an oldie but a goodie. It is the 4% rule. What is it? Well, the 4% rule is made to show you how much money you needed to invest and save to be able to retire spending the exact amount of money that you are right now. The reason why the founder said that you can only spend 4% of your investments is due to the fact that the market has around a 7 to 9% return. You then have to take into account around a 2% loss because of inflation. This gives you a 2 to 4% buffer to let your investments grow and for you to fall back on if anything goes wrong, something like a global pandemic or another recession occurs. Now, there has been a change in this rule. I'll get into that in a minute. The rule really dictates the amount of money that you really need if you want to retire comfortably right now. After the calculations are complete, the amount of money that you need may seem quite intimidating. Like I've mentioned in past videos, you need to know how a rich person invests, saves, and spends before you can find out the path to retire early. I'm in love with having more than one stream of income, and so are the wealthy. They know that they can't retire without the struggle of money if they only have one income stream. There are other things I can talk about to retire with this rule, but I'll have to save that for another video. The founder of the 4% rule himself stated that this rule can be modified to the 5% rule. The reason for this is because the 4% rule was calculated based off of the returns of the worst point in the stock market return. The stock market has never been this bad with its returns. The stock market has been averaging around 7 to 13% return each year, which is better than a lot of the earlier years of the stock market. This means that you have quite a large buffer in case something goes wrong. The rule now states that you will be able to spend 5% of your investments instead of 4% of them. Things are much more expensive than they were when the rule was calculated in 1994. This part wasn't mentioned in the description, I just thought it was something valuable to put into the video. Now, I'm sure that everyone is confused as hell on what the calculations are, so just wait and see. This won't be an exciting part of your retiring early journey, but it's a crucial part. You must track your spending. Let me repeat that. You must track your spending. If you have incorrect information on what you spend money on and how much you spend, you're going to have to go back to flipping burgers at McDonald's. Don't track just the big expenses or only track the small expenses. They will do more harm than good. There's no competition when it comes to how much you spend. You should never feel bad about what you spend. All you have to do when you have a high spending habit is to put that money out of sight and out of mind. I'm going to say that again for you irresponsible spenders out there. Always track your expenses. I sound like a broken record out here, but you cannot retire early if you have no sense of where your money goes. Income is crucial when it comes to being able to retire early. That was too general. I mean, smart income is crucial to retire early. By this, I mean, again, multiple streams of income. The type of income that most people have in the Western world is the main source of income. This would be your 9-to-5 job or your business or whatever you earn the most money from. The second thing is something that I've talked about on my channel once or twice. It is a side hustle. This would be a YouTube channel that you work on after work. You upload once or twice a week and begin making money off of what you enjoy doing or talking about. For me personally, it's making money and investing money. The third stream of income that you could have is dividend income. This occurs most often in the stock market when you invest in a company. Every quarter or every year, they will send you a paycheck with the money that you earned that year through the company. If you invest a substantial amount in these companies, then you could earn quite a bit in dividends. The fourth stream of income you could have is passive income. Some examples of passive income could be owning a real estate property and renting it out to tenants. They in turn will have to pay you rent once a month. Once the process of getting the house and signing the tenant onto a lease is pretty passive money. The fifth and final stream of income is royalties. Royalties are when you make something such as a book or a song, and whenever it's purchased, played, etc., then you make a slice of the earnings. If you want to see that video, then like and subscribe so that I know that you want to see it. Make sure to comment saying that you subscribe because I'll be responding to all of your comments. The calculations of finding how much money you need to invest each year are to multiply how much you spend. This is where the tracking of your expenses comes in, multiplied by the years that you want to be retired. The more you spend, the more you'll have to save and invest to make sure you retire without running out of money. So if you spend $25,000 per year, then you'll have to invest way less than the people who spend $50,000 per year. I, as well as the community that loves talking about this stuff, completely understand that everyone has their different situations. People have kids, some people don't. Some people live somewhere where the housing is cheaper, like some place in Nashville compared to some place in Silicon Valley where the housing is much more expensive. So here we are, the example. I've been hyping it up for a while, so here it is. Let's say that you've been making an average of $50,000 per year, or $4,667 per month. You then start tracking your expenses for 3 months without fail. You find out through your investigation that you spend an average of $2,200 per month, or roughly $25,000 per year. You simply have to multiply that number by 35 as you're expecting to be around that much longer. Your total amount of money that you need to invest is $875,000 to be able to retire right now. Yes, while you're sitting in that chair. Now, if you were to spend $50,000 per year, then you would have to invest roughly $1.7 million. Crazy how those Starbucks coffees could make you need to have nearly $2 million invested just so then you can live the life you are today. Let's go a bit further. If you spend $100,000, then you would have to invest $3.5 million. If you want to see a video where I talk about how to get this amount of money to invest, then leave a like on this video and comment saying that you would like that video. Of course, this wouldn't be a Don't Fear Finance video if I didn't talk about how investing comes into play with this method. I never say save because the 4% rule was based off of the fact that you were living off of your investments that were growing in the stock market. As most of us know, the stock market returns around 7 to 13%. If you were to save that money that you would have invested, then it would take you a lot longer for you to get all the money you need to live for the rest of your life without struggling for money. Don't save, invest. That's the motto of financial freedom. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. To thank you guys for staying until the end, here's a bit of advice. Don't spend money on stupid things. If you retire thinking that you could live a lavish lifestyle, then you're wrong. You're retiring based on the spending habits that you would have had before you retired. You've calculated it so then you didn't have to run out of money on the salary and expenses that you originally had. Seems obvious, right? Well, a lot of people do this and end up having to go back to work because they spend money on stupid things. Thank you again for watching until the end. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.